And of course, as with any game, one of the most important stories will be at the Faceoff X. And for the Virginia Cavaliers, it is Petey Lasalla who gets them out quickly. Charging towards the goal, it's Schellenberger through the 5-hole and into the back of the net. The Virginia Cavaliers strike first and strike early. Only 10 seconds into the first quarter of play, and it's the quarterback himself, Connor Schellenberger, burying it in the back of the net. Certainly not the start that number 11 Christian Barnard, the junior from Darien, Connecticut, was hoping to have for his defense. And now with a back-to-back face-off win for Petey Lasalla off a violation, it will be the Virginia Cavaliers setting up on offense, their first settled opportunity of the game. Moving the ball quickly around. They go to Bauer. Bauer passes it off into the middle and into the back of the net. The Virginia Cavaliers strike twice in the first 25 seconds of play. It's the graduate transfer, Thomas McConvey, out of Toronto, Ontario. He transferred to the Cavaliers from Vermont. And the Who's showing why they were ranked preseason number 1. After what was a bit of a shaky game against Michigan in their season opener, they seem to be firing on all cylinders. A lucky break for the Crimson is going to get them the ball on a face-off violation. Petey Lasalla starting the game 2 for 3 at the face-off X. Ball loose, Lasalla fighting for it. Some good stick work there by Scott Bauer, trying to get the ball for the Virginia Cavaliers. Can't get it done, and now the Crimson might have an opportunity to set something up with the Cavaliers making a substitution. 6 remaining in the first period. Your score, Virginia 4, Harvard 0. When talking to Coach Tiffany this week about what it meant for him and his team to be ranked preseason number 1 and hold that spot after a victory against Michigan last week, he said simply, pressure is a privilege. Last week at their home opener, the Cavaliers had 4,000 people at the stadium. Coach Tiffany said that we recruit these guys because they care, they want to be here, and Petey Lasalla showing how much he wants to be here, hurt foot or not. The Cavaliers, white hot in their home whites, 5-0 now. Here in the first period of play, what an absolutely electrifying start for the Virginia Cavaliers. Non-stop offense, every single possession, leading to a quick goal. As we discussed at the top of the broadcast, Petey Lasalla, somebody who has basically been a game-only player due to a foot injury, has not really been able to participate in practice. Well, certainly does not seem to have any rust on him because of the sideline. An incredible starting showing for this team. Following Lasalla's goal, he did step out, and in replacement at the face-off X for Virginia was Mac Eldridge. Eldridge was 50% last week from the face-off X as a true freshman for this Cavaliers squad, all of which have found the back of the net. For the Cavaliers, it's not Eldridge, but Lasalla back at the X. The Crimson managed to get possession, but now they're going to have to clear, and the Cavalier fans letting them hear it as they attempt to do so. Now Virginia's defense. Jeff Connor giving the assist on that one, and Cormier really busting out his box skills up close and personal with Harvard goalie as the Crimson managed to get that face-off. Lasalla thought he had it and was heading the other way. And now Cormier with 2 goals on 4 shots. And the Who's continuing their streak of dominance, a real demonstration of what it means to be the #1 team in the nation, as Petey Lasalla is called for a face-off violation. 9-goal lead, he can afford to let that one slip, as Lasalla does him a favor and corrals this face-off. Lasalla still going to goal, all by himself, feeding in the pass, but knocked loose, and unable to grab it. Was Truitt, but making it look easy. And turning to the crowd is #1, Connor Schellenberger. A swift response from the Virginia Cavaliers, following Harvard's goal to regain their 9-point lead. When talking to Coach Tiffany about Connor Schellenberger, he said what makes him so special is his fundamental work ethic. He called him the Tom Brady of this team. Even after a big game, on the bus ride home, you won't see him watching the game before. You'll see him watching film of their next opponent. And in a one-quarterback system, he is the man under center calling all of the shots, and you could see why. One of the most prolific goal scorers in the country. As the officials miscommunicate with the table in deciding possession, it is a loose ball hold on Harvard. Virginia will have possession with 4:04 remaining here in the first. Trying to prevent things from getting out of hand with 2:04 remaining in the first period. It's Lasalla back at the X for the Virginia Cavaliers, and staring across from him as the ball is knocked loose, it goes to Virginia. They're going to get an illegal procedure on the Cavaliers. Virginia fans in the stands are not happy about that call, as it would give Harvard a free possession after their goal. Coach Tiffany said that one of the things that excites him most about this team is the experience that he has on defense. He said, honestly, this is one of the first times where I've really been able to take my hands off and let guys like Saladay, like Sawstack, back in Klockner Stadium here in Charlottesville, Virginia, after an exciting and busy first period of play. Your score, Virginia 11, Harvard 3. And what has been an absolute display of what it means to be the #1 team in the country, particularly when faced with a number 17 top 25 opponent. To open up the game for Virginia to find the back of the net here in the second period. Had about 22 go by, as Lasalla pops that one up to himself. That lingering foot injury not giving him any trouble, as he has looked very good at the X and even found the back of the net once himself. Adam Blind taking some shots, trying to prepare. And at this point, would not be surprised to see Harvard make a switch in a season opener. Nothing is set in of any sort of spark or change to get things going. Try to slow down the men in white, as Lasalla pops it out, and then a late hit to the head will draw 2 flags, as Lasalla gets sent to the ground after the whistle. The officials trying to discuss what the final verdict will be. There have been several miscommunications with regard to the officials today. Bauer on the near side, and Lasalla at the X, excuse me. Not Lasalla, but Mac Eldridge at the X this time. But another face-off violation. Eldridge unable to get it, trying to apply some pressure. There's the shot. a quick ball. Well, today we've seen him heave one down to the opposite corner, and another breakdown lead to a Crimson goal. Certainly something that the Virginia coaching staff will be taking note of as Lasalla hustles towards the goal. He's got one behind him. He's still got it. There's the shot. Oh, excuse me. And takes it to the rack. Out of each and every break, whether it be a timeout or a period break, Virginia has come out so fiery, so intense. And it's reflected in the stats from today. 24 shots, 18 of which have been on goal, 16 of which have gone in the goal. An opportunity to get another here is Lasalla loose in the middle of the field. Virginia moving it around. There's the sneak around from X. Low shot saved. Low to low, but a penalty flag is down at least a few. Bauer still in on the faceoff. Thankfully so, it looks like they're going to need him. Background ball scooped up by Garneau. Virginia attacking. And Petey Lasalla couldn't get that shot to go, but he had some help from teammate. But of course, that tends to be how things go, with it only being the second game of the season for the Cavaliers and the first for the Crimson. That shot tipped. Nunes manages to bat it out, but he's going to have to come out of cage. Nunes using his legs to get to some free space. Petey Lasalla logs another face-off win for Virginia. The Cavaliers lead in the category 15-12 on the afternoon. And it's been Virginia's ability to just consistently dominate possession that has really worn down the Harvard defense over the early course of this game. As a communication breakdown there from the Cavaliers lets Sam King have a free step down shot. And for the first time in a long time, Harvard gets this game back to a one-digit separation. Harvard to build some momentum here at the end of the first half before heading into the second. And it's easy from this standpoint to talk about Connor Schoenberger for the Virginia Cavaliers, but Sam King, 174-pound sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland, out of the Gilman School, has really been the quarterback for this Crimson offense. He has been the spark that they needed, even when not. An exciting moment for him, as he has been on the field for a while now, but has not gotten in on the goal-scoring action. Well, now he'll get himself in the stat sheet for the first time of his career. And they're going to go right back to him. Attacking GLE, left, 5-hole, and he's got back-to-back. In under 20 seconds, Truett Sunderland versus true freshman, and Blinn did not stand a chance. Two really important goals for the Virginia Cavaliers, as it looked as if Harvard was starting to build some momentum of their own. Now the face-off will stay with the men in white. Saladay going to pass this one off. The Cavaliers on pace for a 40-goal game here at Klockner Stadium in front of their home team, as a flag is thrown on the face-off that will. First half goals. Of course, begs the question, could Virginia get to 40 by the end of the game? Most recently, they got to 38 against VMI back in the 90s. Trying to work the ball around, work through a system. Virginia, of course, trying to take some time off the clock as they lead by 12. As Sawstead fights, Scott Bauer going for the ball. Bauer couldn't get there, ball still loose. And now a host of Cavaliers are going to swarm around this ground ball. Falling into the alley, Sawstad's going to scoop it himself. Looking for help, he'll find Nunes behind the goal, and now Kastner. Loose, and Lasalla is going to lose that face. Virginia with a 10-goal lead, 4:09 remaining in the third. Lasalla at the X. He'll have success there on this occasion, now leading in the category 20-15. Another flick pass goes to Zinn. Now a really important face-off for Petey Lasalla to win and help reestablish the composure of this, Virginia team. Fortunately for him, there'll be a face-off violation on Harvard. Ball loose. Harvard defense attacking Sunderland. Now he's going to try to set up some two-man game from behind. He's got Cormier with him. Cormier, the screen. Looking for the matchup. Cormier is coming around. High shot, goal. Virginia responds to Harvard's momentum with one of their own. Cormier making it look easy. Logged a first half hat trick and has not looked back since, continuing to tag goals on. That was Petey Lasalla on the goal, his fourth goal of the season. Lasalla, 4 goals on the season, 2 goals today, one of which came on a fast break from his own face-off win. I feel as if any questions about his lingering foot injury may have been answered by his performance today. Absolutely stellar work from the graduate student. As Bauer gets that ball, makes the smart choice, it goes back to Nunes. Now Saustad will 5th assist of the afternoon. Tack on a couple goals with that. It's impressive that he doesn't get the ball more. One of the most prolific offensive players in the entire country and only a redshirt junior. Now Virginia fans calling for a penalty at the horn as it looked like he was horse-collared, but Jeff Connor is going to let that run the course of the afternoon and in essentially every statistical category. 23-12 is your score. I'm William Fauché. Thank you so much for joining us here on the ACC Network Extra for what has been a great afternoon of top 25 men's lacrosse. And the Cavaliers showing no signs of stopping here in the fourth quarter, but a potential injury situation as limping over to the sideline is Noah Chismar. Hold on to what they've built over the last 3 quarters. Good trail check there, prevents a transition opportunity. Rosell is going to scoop up that ball and get it out quickly. Now Virginia trying to go the other way. It's Johns. Another face-off violation on Virginia by Mac Eldridge. Coach Tiffany not happy with the way that those calls have been going today. Eldridge, Jono Isler on the far wing, along with Tommy McNeil. Isler fighting for the ground ball. He's sent to the ground, couldn't corral it. The ball now in Virginia's defensive box. Loose, Harvard's got it. 8:08 remaining. Coach Tiffany with his premier defensive group, the group that he said has been one of his favorites to work with because of their experience and their IQ, back on the field. As Eldridge has a loose ball push, he'll have to run off the field. Virginia concedes another possession. Eldridge back at the Faceoff X. He had a great game, going over 50% in his first appearances at the Division I level. Last week against Michigan has not had quite successful of a day today, with a number of different violations and penalties called against them. Now Harvard trying to move in transition. Virginia with numbers on the defensive side. King's going to take a big step down rip and put it in the back of the net past Rosell. Petey Lasalla back out to the face-off X, joined by Bauer on the near side and Isler on the far side. Lasalla swiping away at the ball. He'll pick it up himself. A couple around him. The ball goes to Isler. Isler takes a big hit. Still has it. Still on his feet, and now trying to find some green spaces. Waiting for a teammate to pop out. He'll find the Virginia Cavaliers. Isler, who's been on the wing several times for these last few face-offs, there is a violation that is going to be called on something very close to the end of the game. Eldridge with a big face-off get. He's going to carry it back, trying to find help at the defensive end of the field. Now Harvard going to stack the face-off with 2 poles, doing anything that they can to get the ball. For Virginia, it's all about securing this possession. It's Eldridge for the Cavaliers. He's got it loose, and he's got the scoop, but he's lost it. The ball is still loose on the ground. Secured by Harvard, but they're going to have to move with some pace. 26 seconds. No real time to make all the substitutions that you would like to make. Down to 18. They're going to try to make it. Attacking the goal, down the alley to the middle. Virginia sending the slide. They go to X, another low shot into the back of the net. With 10 seconds remaining, it is now a 4-goal game. What was at one point a true comeback Cinderella story, you have got to commend the effort and intensity shown by the men of the Harvard lacrosse team in getting back into this game in the manner in which they have. And with another face-off win, they could do even more damage. Time down to 5. They're going to have to get the shot off soon. There's a step down for the long pole, saved by Roselle. The final horn sounds, and at the end of the 4th quarter, your score.